Welcome to Fresh Thinking School of Brain Science. Today, I will focus on one branch of neuroscience called Cellular Neuroscience. Cellular Neuroscience delves into the microscopic origins of our very being. They trace the web of neurons that give rise to our thoughts and seek the roots of consciousness within the intricate dance of brain cells. Their meticulous work reveals that even the tiniest cellular changes can reshape how our minds function. Misfiring neurons are not merely errors, but windows into the brain's delicate mechanisms. Brain scientists tirelessly examine these minute flaws, hoping to unlock the secrets of neurological disorders and develop treatments, driven by a profound sense of wonder. Cellular neuroscientists illuminate the brain's extraordinary capabilities, one cell at a time. Their discoveries fuel the hope for a future where we can understand and protect our most complex organ. The human brain is an awe-inspiring testament to the complexity of nature. Within this single organ lies a universe of interconnected cells, their intricate workings shaping our perceptions, thoughts, and emotions. Cellular neuroscientists are intrepid explorers of this inner world, venturing where the language of consciousness is a symphony of electrical impulses and chemical whispers. These scientists become translators, deciphering the minute signals passing between neurons. They understand that even the tiniest synapse or fleeting change in a cell's electrical state profoundly affects how our minds function. Their patience is legendary. Their microscopes, a gateway to the vast network within us. Just as a cartographer meticulously charts the streets and landmarks of an unfamiliar city, a cellular neuroscientist unravels the neuron's complex structure. Each is a microcosm far more intricate than the most complex urban landscape. In their pursuit, they dissect the overwhelming symphony of the brain into its components, tracing the circuits that ignite memory, emotion, and every facet of the human experience. If the brain is an elaborate puzzle, cellular neuroscientists are driven by an all-consuming desire to find the shape of each piece and reveal how they work together to create the extraordinary tapestry of being. Cellular neuroscientists delve into the microscopic realm of the brain, meticulously studying the building blocks of our thoughts, emotions, actions, and neurons. These specialized cells, along with supporting cells like ganglia, form the complex tapestry of the nervous system. Cellular neuroscientists seek to unravel the secrets of these cells, how they function individually and within vast networks, the intricate dance of their communication, and how they adapt and change throughout our lives. They examine cell structure, and signal transmission using electrical impulses and chemical messengers, and explore their roles in development and learning. This detailed work provides a crucial lens for understanding the operation of the brain, both in health and disease. Cellular neuroscientists' discoveries hold the potential to unlock new therapies and deepen our knowledge of neurological disorders. Specific areas they investigate include the following: structure and function. Cellular neuroscientists meticulously analyze the diverse world of neurons while sharing fundamental features. These cells come in a remarkable variety of shapes and sizes, each with specialized properties that contribute to its unique role. Imagine a sprawling metropolis where different buildings serve distinct purposes. Like skilled architects, cellular neuroscientists examine the intricate structures of neurons, from their branching processes to the internal machinery that supports their function. They identify specific proteins, ions, channels, and signaling molecules that enable each type of neuron to perform its role within the brain's vast circuits. This detailed understanding is crucial because a neuron's form and function are intimately linked. By studying these specialized features, cellular neuroscientists discover how neurons contribute to sensation, movement, thought, memory, and every aspect of our experience. Communication. Cellular neuroscientists investigate the intricate conversations occurring between neurons. These cells don't communicate with words, but through a fascinating interplay of electrical impulses and tiny chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. Imagine electrical signals racing along the length of a neuron, triggering neurotransmitter release at a synapse junction. These chemical messengers traverse the gap, binding with the neighboring neuron, either exciting, existing, or inhibiting it. This delicate balance between electrical and chemical signaling is how information flows through our brains. Cellular neuroscientists study the precise mechanisms of this process, including how electrical signals are generated, neurotransmitters are released and interact with their targets, and this intricate signaling cascade ultimately underlies our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By understanding this microscopic communication, they seek to unlock the mysteries of the mind and its vast potential. Development. Cellular neuroscientists delve into the extraordinary process of how our brains take shape. They examine the birth of neurons, their journey to find their place, and how they reach out to connect. This process is akin to building an intricate web, each neuron forming precise links that give rise to the complex networks that define our brain. Like master architects, cellular neuroscientists track how these foundational networks emerge during development. They investigate the factors that guide neurons during their migration, how they select the right partners to form connections, and how our brain's vast interconnected systems are sculpted from the earliest stages of life. This knowledge is essential for understanding both the healthy development of the brain and for the identifying what goes wrong when development is disrupted, leading to potential neurological and cognitive disorders. Plasticity. The human brain is remarkably able to change and adapt throughout our lives. This incredible capacity, known as neuroplasticity, underlines our ability to learn new skills, form lasting memories, and even recover function after injury. Cellular neuroscientists are on the front lines, exploring how this happens at the level of individual neurons. They study how experiences leave lasting marks on our brains. Connections between neurons strengthen or weaken as we learn or form emotional connections. Neurons adjust their activity levels and in some cases can even forge new connections. This adaptability isn't merely about acquiring knowledge. It is also crucial for overcoming adversity. Cellular neuroscientists investigate how to harness neuroplasticity to optimize brain health, promote learning, and develop therapies that enhance recovery from damage. Their work illuminates the brain's incredible potential for transformation, opening up possibilities for a future where we can protect our brains, actively enhance them throughout our lives. Cellular neuroscientists investigate how our life experiences leave lasting marks on our brains. They track the strengthening or weakening of connections between neurons as we master new skills or form emotional associations. They examine how neurons can rewire themselves, forging new pathways in response to challenges or when parts of the brain are damaged. This research doesn't just unveil how our brains learn and helps us understand how they cope with adversity. By studying the mechanisms of change at the cellular level, cellular neuroscientists lay the groundwork for maximizing brain health, developing better learning strategies, and potentially designing therapies to optimize recovery after injury, disease. Cellular neuroscientists delve into the microscopic origins of neurological disorders and neurodegeneration. They examine how subtle malfunctions within individual neurons or their supporting cells can ripple outward, disrupting the delicate workings of the brain and leading to devastating consequences. These scientists investigate the breakdown of cellular processes, faulty signaling between neurons, misfiring electrical impulses, or the loss of essential connections. They study how cellular damage caused by disease, toxins, or genetic factors disrupts the intricate balance within brain circuits. This research doesn't just illuminate the biological roots of neurological conditions. It fuels the search for treatments. Understanding what goes wrong at the cellular level helps scientists pinpoint potential targets for therapies to slow or halt disease progression and open up possibilities for developing interventions to protect and repair our delicate neural networks. Cellular neuroscientists use advanced techniques including microscopy, electrophysiology, molecular biology, and genetic manipulation to probe the secrets of individual brain cells. Their work is essential for developing a comprehensive understanding of the brain and laying the foundation for discovering new treatments for a wide range of neurological conditions. Cellular neuroscientists zoom in to the microscopic realm where individual neurons, the fundamental cells of the nervous system, hold the secrets to understanding the brain. Here's what they investigate: the building blocks. Cellular neuroscientists explore the inner workings of the brain's most fundamental units, neurons. These tiny cells aren't merely building blocks, but sophisticated communication centers. Picture them with an antenna-like branches called dendrites reaching out to receive signals, and a long extension, the axon, to transmit messages. Neurons are hubs within a vast interconnected network. Cellular neuroscientists study how their specialized structures allow the reception, processing, and transmission of information. This intricate cellular communication underpins everything we think, feel, and do. Imagine tiny branches called dendrites reaching out, acting as antennas to receive signals from neighboring neurons. This information travels through the neuron's core, the cell body, and emerges through a long, slender extension called the axon. At the axon's tip, specialized junctions called synapses allow the neuron to transmit electrical impulses or release chemical messengers. These dedicated scientists meticulously map this microscopic world, understanding how the structure of each part, dendrites, axons, and synapses, contribute to the flow of information within the vast neural networks that govern our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Their work unlocks how neurons talk to each other, laying the foundation for understanding how the brain functions in health and in disease. Electrical chemical messengers. Cellular neuroscientists investigate the fascinating world of neural communication. They study how neurons, the brain's fundamental units, generate tiny electrical impulses that race along their length, the basis of thought and action. But the journey doesn't and there. A remarkable transformation occurs at the junction between neurons called synapses and electrical signals trigger the release of specialized chemicals called neurotransmitters. These messengers cross the synaptic gap, carrying instructions to excite or inhibit the next neuron in the chain. Cellular neuroscientists meticulously study every step of this intricate process. They analyze how electrical impulses are generated and how they travel within a neuron. They uncover the precise mechanisms by which neurotransmitters are released, interact with receptors or neighboring neurons, and are ultimately deactivated, terminating their signal. This understanding is crucial for unlocking how our brains process information, generate behaviors, and adapt over our lifetimes. Specialization and networks. Cellular neuroscientists explore the remarkable diversity of our brain's building blocks. They seek to understand how neurons, seemingly similar at first glance, become specialized to perform vastly different functions. Like a construction crew, where each worker has a unique role, neurons differentiate into sensory neurons that detect light or sound, motor neurons that command our muscles, and countless others that contribute to thought, memory, and emotion. Cellular neuroscientists don't just examine individual neurons, but also how they connect in the sprawling networks. They delve into how neurons partner with one another, forming complex circuits. Imagine intricate webs interlinking sensory systems, regions dedicated to movement, and hubs for higher order thinking. This research unveils how the brain's incredible architecture emerges. It illuminates how precise connections sculpted by genes and experience give rise to the sophisticated capabilities of perception, action, and consciousness, development, and regeneration. Cellular neuroscientists investigate the incredible journey of neurons from their humble beginnings to their intricate connections. They study how neurons are born, migrate to their destinations, and extend their branches to form a vast interconnected web within our brains. This process of development is a marvel of coordination and precision. But their work doesn't end with how the brain works or forms. They delve into the brain's remarkable potential for change, even after injury. Cellular neuroscientists examine the possibility of neurons regenerating lost connections or creating new cells altogether. They seek to understand the factors that promote repair and explore ways to harness the brain's natural healing abilities. This research not only illuminates the brain's development, but also holds immense promise for treatments and therapies. Imagine unlocking strategies to restore function lost to trauma, stroke, or neurodegenerative diseases. Cellular neuroscientists are at the forefront of this endeavor, seeking to understand and enhance the brain's extraordinary potential for recovery. Cellular neuroscientists delve into the secrets held within the brain's most basic units, seeking insights that will transform lives. Their research lays the foundation for understanding how our brains operate in health, providing a roadmap of the intricate cellular processes that underlie our thoughts, memories, and actions. But their quest extends far beyond curiosity. By studying the microscopic malfunctions that occur in devastating neurological disorders like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, they seek the keys to prevention and treatment. These diseases cruelly erode neurons and disrupt their vital communication networks, leading to profound losses in cognition and movement. Cellular neuroscientists meticulously examine these breakdowns. Their findings fuel the search for therapies that might halt the destruction of neurons, restore lost connections, or protect these precious cells from further harm. Their work brings hope for a future where neurological disorders are not a devastating inevitability, but conditions we can prevent, manage, and even potentially reverse. Cellular neuroscientists embark on a remarkable journey, venturing into the hidden landscapes within our heads. Their dedication to understanding the most fundamental units of the brain, neurons, and their intricate connections drives groundbreaking discoveries with the potential to transform lives. From tracing the roots of consciousness to pinpointing the origins of neurological disorders, their work lays the groundwork for comprehending the extraordinary power of the human mind. Cellular neuroscience is a field where patience meets groundbreaking innovation. These scientists meticulously study the microscopic world, knowing that even the subtlest change in a single neuron can hold profound implications for treatment and understanding. This intricate research unlocks the potential to protect our brains from the ravages of disease, restore lost function, and enhance our cognitive abilities. The quest of cellular neuroscientists is propelled by an unyielding curiosity about the biological foundations of who we are. Through their dedicated research, they illuminate the extraordinary tapestry of the mind, woven together one neuron at a time. This is Dr. Masasika Nemisha Kosa, the director of the Fresh Thinking School of Brain Science. We thank you for coming around. Thank you.